Okay, so to begin, oh sorry, okay, to begin, the first thing I wanted to say was the stair 180 floor catch, which is a pretty simple move, where you kind of just do this, and then you want to place a floor behind you and catch yourself on this top stair. It's a super simple move, but the thing is it just gives you like that extra bit of mobility in some situations. Yeah, just try the other stair like this way instead of that way. Because then it's like, yeah, it works either way though. Yes. The reason you place a stair in this direction instead of that direction is because look how low I am on the stair, and look how high I end up on the stair, like if you land up here, right? Because you'll end up landing so much higher on the stair, you can go straight into a 90 so easily, or straight into whatever you're gonna do. So when you place the stair in that direction, you land so much higher on the stair. It's just a lot better. You can do a lot more. Yeah, beautiful. So yeah, just being able to do that in like random situations, not even just when you're doing this, just this move is just very useful in random situations as well, like for example, yeah, even from there, yeah, same thing. Even from here you can do the same thing and just do that, yeah. It's just useful in a lot of situations. Another thing is with the same move. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. With the same move, you can also do, instead of looking back and placing a floor, you can actually look back and reset the floor. See what I mean? So you can look back, reset the floor, and then go up. It's kind of the same move, but you're resetting this floor instead of placing it. It's just very basic, very easy. Let me open up my chat. Wouldn't it be better if you streamed? I am streaming. Okay. Sorry, I had my stream open. Okay. Anyway, so that's the first move. What's next? Place walls before instead of going somewhere. Okay. So when you have an opponent, let's say I'm all the way up here, right? And my opponent's down here somewhere. Let's build this in brick actually. For the opponent. If this is the opponent, right? And I'm up here, what I'm always gonna do is place as many layers between myself and the opponent as possible, right? So if I place these, or like even if I don't place that and I place that, it gives me a lot of layers, that way he can't take any of this piece control, and it leaves me open on this wall. But what I meant by the second thing, by place walls, is like, so let's say I'm up here, I'm always going to like place that wall. That's gonna do as well as that, it blocks him from coming out here, so if he does try to double it out, that wall blocks him. And then I'm also gonna place, let's say this wall to the side, and what that does is it gives me this side access, right? So, I'm always gonna be placing walls, even if I'm not gonna be fighting the opponent, because that way it blocks him off and it gives me more access to what he's doing. So then let's say I place these walls here while I'm staring at this box, because he's in the box, right? So if I place these walls here and he does decide to go out that direction, I can make an edit and get a free shot on him if he does. Even if I'm not going to be fighting him at that point in time, it does just give me more opportunities to make an edit. And yeah, you can do more, yeah. What's next? Look for opportunities to create a peak after laying a wave. Create side jumps to escape. Creating side jumps to escape, or using them as an opportunity to take height. So I'm pretty sure you already know how to do side jumps pretty easily, right? Yeah. So when an opponent is fighting you, side jumps are a lot of the time the most effective move to escape from certain situations. And being able to create opportunities to do side jumps, what I mean by that is like, let's say you're in a really weird spot, like, because you can do side jumps from anywhere, right? So let's say you're in this sort of box thing, right? or whatever, and it's sort of like this. Creating an opportunity to side jump would be like, instead of going out like that, creating an opportunity to side jump is like even jumping out like this. This is still a side jump. And then you can, and it will just give you so many more opportunities. Instead of going straight out from the bottom layer, going out from a higher layer is kind of what I meant by that. Because you can always create opportunities to get out of a higher layer, and then, yeah, it works quite well. Also using this back floor, like we said earlier, the back floor, that one. Yeah, I also use this all the time just to block my opponents from coming behind me. What's that? Yeah. I don't get it. Oh, you mean if the opponent's running up that side? So if the opponent's running up that side, you're gonna block him with that, and then you're gonna get that free shot, and you can box him. That's pretty good. I used that one today a few times actually. I used it earlier today when I was playing. What was I gonna say? So yeah, side jumps are really important. So if I'm here, instead of trying to edit out the wall and try to take height, it's like I'll do something like that and I'll try to go up. I'll always try to avoid a mantle though, so if I can, I'll do this, and then I'll also, if possible, like, or even a better move that I would probably do is like, create a side jump from here, and then like go into another one, and then that can be super protected. These aren't like, they're sort of side jumps, but they just let you escape and go height instead of going through a wall and going from the bottom. It's just a lot faster. Next was looking for a peak after layering away. That's actually a really important one that you should probably focus on the most. You should probably focus on this one a lot. So when you're fighting an opponent, and you do this really effectively, you do this really well, is that you'll place a lot of builds between yourself, between yourself and the opponent. So let's say this is the opponent's box, right? They've broken through this wall, or they've created this edit. You'll effectively create all these layers, right? And then you'll kind of go away to somewhere around here. So as you can see, you go somewhere around here and you'll just like go away. Whereas that opponent is still there, or they're somewhere. So once you have so many layers between yourself and them, you should just make sure you know where they are. You should always know where your opponent is, and then just look for any sort of edit that you can find. This one I wouldn't recommend just because this is very risky, unless you're playing it in a really weird way. If they're peeking from over here, just direct peanut butter to peanut butter is very risky. I wouldn't recommend it. But you can always find edits like this side and stuff or whatever. You want me to go in there? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I use that one a lot as well. That's a great one. Shooting feet is really great. Getting the toe shots is amazing. If someone's on that side, yeah, always go for the toes. That's a beautiful shot. Thwafa cones. Do you know how to do Thwafa cones? I think last time we talked, I don't think you did, but let's see. You know what Thwafa cone is? Hey, you got it. Yeah, but do it backwards. That's like in front of you. Yeah, beautiful. Alright. Yeah, that's a really good Thwafa cone actually. So yeah, if you could use those a little bit more, they're very effective. So if you are running up, yeah, those ones are actually even better. They're even better, in my opinion. I do these ones a lot now. This is one of my main moves. If you watch me playing now, I do this one a lot. Yeah. Thwafa cones, and I was saying advanced variants of Thwafa cones, and what that kind of means is like, let's say you do a Thwafa cone like this. Instead of going out like this, or continuing, you just place another stair here or something, and that will just give you an extra layer of height instantly, which is really good. You can also go into Mortal Speaks from here as well, or do whatever you want. But advanced Wi-Fi cones is really good, so you do sort of like that, and then you can, if you do place this above you, which is one thing that I do, this is one of my retakes, I think I showed you this the other day on a stream, where you do this one, this regular one, and then you place a cone above, and then what I do is I like flip this in some way and I can edit the cone. But if you don't want to flip the stair, if that's a bit too much, you can try to get this cone first and then try to just get up onto the stair like that, which is really good. And once you're up, this wall is usually not placed as well, so you can go into a side jump or anything from there as well. This is a lot of information, so if you watch it back on the stream, that'd probably be pretty good. Another thing is you never pull your pickaxe out when you're building and editing. You never pull it out. I don't think you ever pulled it out, like not even once. Which is fine because you play like quite distant, which is fine. But when it does come to like these closer range edits, having your builds out can actually like mess you up sometimes. And pulling out your pickaxe will be a lot more consistent in those really like shorter range edits. It makes them much easier to do. But if you're gonna hit long range edits, it makes sense to have your builds out, for sure. It says you're typing, so I'm just waiting to see what you say. What else was there? Another thing is like not even pickaxe, right? If you pull out your shotgun while you're editing, it just makes you a little bit more ready for your opponent sometimes. Sometimes having your shotgun out in between, just like even just randomly pulling it out sometimes in between, like while you're playing. I do this and I'll pull out my shotgun just cause if someone comes out. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think you could use completely new binds. I'm not gonna lie. What were your binds again, if you could type them? I'm gonna plug in my mouse to the receiver and see if it's less responsive. The game still feels more responsive. I'm not dropping FPS at all, bro. That's mad. But we are staying still in the bed now. It feels ridiculous. I think resetting the laptop was actually a good idea. I kind of like having it plugged in. It feels more safe. H edit, G floor, front side wall, back side stair, shift roof, E shotgun, Q, AR, Z. Okay, the rest of those don't matter. Wheel up pickaxe, Windows key sprint. Okay, so why do you use H to edit again? Is there a reason for that? Is there a reason why you didn't switch that button? So I remember you told me you use B. You used to use B. Make up the press of a specific. Yeah, because you prefer using your thumb to edit. H with thumb, space with palm, big brain plays. You know what? You could use the GMK joystick, bro. I'm not gonna lie. um, press H with thumb and space with palm. That's crazy. That's crazy. How do you even do that? I would suggest, if possible, using V. Or wait, why do you switch off B? Just use B to edit, press space to jump. Yeah, so what you should do is use the bottom half of your thumb to press the space key and use the top half of your thumb to press the V key to edit. G for floor? What the fuck? Wait, what? I didn't even read that. Wait, what? G for floor. Press with your thumb, I suppose. Which is actually not that bad because your thumb is in an optimal position, so it's actually not that bad. I would suggest, however, switching so B used to be directly left of B. Wait, so your binds are not even that bad. Like they're pretty good because it's pretty optimal. I would just I would suggest using the bottom half of your thumb to press the space bar and the top half to press the keys. That's what I do. That's what most people do. And unless you prefer using your palm. If you use directly left of B and G is now directly left of H. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's still pretty optimal. Floor and edit with the same finger. Yeah, that is pretty slow. I wouldn't advise that, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Um, the bad thing about a floor and edit on the same finger is when it comes to double edits. Double and triple edits, that's when it becomes a bit of an issue. Right mouse click should not be a building button, no. I wouldn't do that. If you use, let me think. Hi Sophie. Sophisty. Chat. Yeah, it's not worth it either way. Some people use spacebar to aim though, which is kind of crazy. I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend use your right click to aim and use, I would say, since right now you're using G and H, which is legit the same thing as V and C, right? So if you can use V and C and use the bottom half of your thumb to press space, that would probably be a lot easier. And then when your thumb is like much more dexterous than your palm, you'll be able to press your space key a lot easier. But if it's not affecting you, then it should be fine. Like if you're more comfortable that way, then just leave it. Like it's honestly not that big of a deal. It's too uncomfortable for you, fair enough. G and H is not that big of a deal. If you like that, you like that. I can see that working, honestly. I can see that working. You press that with like the like the bottom of your thumb, or do you press it with your actual like palm? Because like if you press it with the bottom of your thumb, like all the way bottom of your thumb, that's like, I can see you still being able to press WASD, but if you press it with your palm, you're entering like a really weird hand shape, which could be really bad for your wrist. Unless you have smaller hands, then it's fine. Wait, okay. Oh, you can show me. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you use the bottom half of your thumb. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that's not too bad then. Nice keycaps. Very grippy. Different angle. Yeah. I can see why it's a lot easier for you to press the Windows key with your pinky, especially with your thing angle like that. I'd say your binds are quite optimal. I actually kind of like your binds. Control seems like it's a pretty difficult key to press at that angle. It's still doable, but it's like just a little bit harder to press. Windows key for sprint makes sense. What's your... What would the key be? Hold on, sorry, I'm just thinking. You know, if I were you, I'd use the middle of my thumb to even press like more buttons. Cause why not? Like weapon buttons, if you know what I mean. Because you got the bottom of your thumb on space, you got the middle of your thumb on G and H, and then you got the middle. Oh, actually, wait, no, that doesn't really work when you're pressing G and H. Never mind. Unless you kind of need to move your thumb a lot, so maybe not. I was gonna say use it for like your weapon binds, but maybe not. See. B for repair and B for rotate. Yeah, makes sense. Do you ever accidentally rotate though because of that? No? Okay, then yeah, nice. Your pinky's used to it, yeah. My pinky can't do that. I guess it just takes a bit of time to get used to that. But yeah, you seem to be reaching all the buttons just fine, so yeah, that's good. Another thing I noticed is you play on a high sense, but it looks like you're playing on a low sense, which can be a very good thing because it means that you're going to be able to track people a lot better. They easily use control windows and shift pinky. Yeah, okay. Very dexterous pinky. That's good. So you use shift for con, I think you said. So shift for con. What does control do? Is crouch? Ah, okay. Crouch and spin on the same bind. I think it's fine. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, crouch and spin is fine on the same bind. I actually really like your binds, I'm not gonna lie. I actually really like them. It's very innovative keybinds. They're actually like pretty powerful in a way. They work a little bit too well. They kind of, it's hurting my brain because they work a little bit too well. Yeah. Your binds are actually really interesting. I don't know why you use Z though. Um, when you have CX. Are CNX important binds? If you're pressing Z with your pinky, fair enough. But if you're pressing it with your thumb, then I'd say probably switch off it to X or C so it's closer for your sniper. With your ring finger. Whoa, okay. You go crazy. That's crazy. Everyone's different, I guess. Um, yeah. Pretty interesting. I kind of like it though. I kind of like it. They're definitely very much usable lines. They're very optimal, I'd say. The only thing you are gonna have a issue with is your floor button. So, uh, my so you use H to edit with your thumb because you like editing with your thumb. So, and G is floor. If you can switch. I would say you could actually switch H or G, whichever one's the more comfortable button between H and G, put it as your edit button, and use the other one for sprint. Actually, wait, no, you use shift for con. Wait, no, that won't work. Never mind. My bad. Hold on. You could still do that, but let me think of something. Could use those two already. Shift is cone. So it only makes sense that your floor is on your thumb. Unless you can put your floor, I'd say you put your floor on your index finger or your ring finger. It's gonna be unoptimal movement wise, but it's gonna be more optimal in total. I ended up going back to 76% strafe angle, by the way. X with pointer finger for ping and C with pointer finger for change materials. Yeah, okay. What does tab do? These keylines have had a lot of thought put into them. So something interesting before though, and I completely agree with you when you said that my binds are a little too optimal, because like sometimes it helps to have binds that are not almost entirely too perfect, since it helps you have particular playstyle. That is true, because yeah, are you talking about? Because I'm playing on very optimal binds right now, and I was playing on a different set of keybinds, which are less optimal, but they made me play a different playstyle. That's interesting. It's just I play with a lot of different binds and sensitivities. I just mess with a lot of settings, which is kind of stupid, but I do because I find it interesting. But if you're trying to be good at the game, I'd say you should stick to one, and maybe experiment here and there just to see what it's like playing on other binds, to see other people's playstyle. But you can also, instead of doing that, you can mimic their playstyle just by watching them play and just do that. Because like it's not like completely necessary to change your entire binds to play a different playstyle. I kind of went to the extreme, as I always do. But that's also what led me onto these binds. I made the switch from super, well, not super optimal binds. They were actually pretty good, but they were not optimal. But I switched off them to play on these, and these are much better. See, what was, let me go back and read that again. So you use, yeah, like certain ones can make you play specific, but since mine are so optimal, and it makes me not really know how to play and just kind of how to try to find. I would say you can copy people still. Um, you just need to watch like a lot of their gameplay. It's like, for example, lately I've been watching a lot of Noah Riley, as you know, and I've been trying to copy what he does. So you can still do that. When I was first moving on to those binds, I was playing on Tayson's keybinds because I took a random pro who seemed to have some of the most optimal binds I saw, and that were the most comfortable for me as well. And I took his binds, and I was trying to play a little bit of Tayson's playstyle, but not really. I was trying to play mostly Epic Whales playstyle at the time. So I used Tayson's binds to play Epic Whales playstyle, and then moving off of that, I went and took some extra time after learning those binds. Like, I played on them for a while, and then after learning them properly, I took some time to get more optimal binds, which are now my binds, which I like. I don't think I'll be switching off these binds anytime soon. Your binds allow you to do certain things. Some people are limited in certain ways, but it also means that they're... Yeah, I'm happy with my binds. I don't think I'll be changing them anytime soon. My binds are like perfect for me, for my playstyle. That's all you need to change. Your binds are perfect for you. I would say you shouldn't really focus on changing anything else than your floor. On your mouse, I wouldn't recommend it. I'd recommend having only 2 build binds on your mouse, and having the other 2 on your keyboard. Because sometimes your mouse can be a little bit fumbly. You can lose control of your mouse at times, and it'll make you slip up. Wheel up for back in chapter 1 season 4, I was using scroll wheel, like pressing scroll wheel in. I used that for a while. I think I used that for like 2-3 seasons to place floor. That was my floor bind, mouse scroll wheel pressed in. I played on a lot of binds, man. I played on a lot of binds. If you... Let me just check this real quick. All good. No, it's horrible, bro. It's horrible. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm saying I did it a long time ago. I would definitely not recommend it. I would recommend wall and stair being the only 2 buttons you put on your mouse. Other than that, if you really do want to try a completely different approach, you could try putting stair and floor on your mouse buttons, on your side buttons, and then using wall on your keyboard, which is what I used to do. It's a different approach. It lets you play a completely different playstyle because you press stair, so you press floor with your back mouse button, you press stair with your front mouse button, and what that does is you press your floor and stair at the same time with one finger all the time, and it makes it like super easy to press them both at the same time all the time, compared to actually having to time it. It took me a while to learn how to time floor and stair after playing on that for such a long time. What are you playing on right now? Just normal? I'm trying to think. So you have all of these taken. All of that. I would suggest, me personally, if I were you, I'd be using E or R. I'd probably be using E or R to press floor if I were you. It's really weird, but it's the most optimal because that keeps your pinky in position to press your cone the best. If you use Q, it will kind of move your pinky. Hold on, let me make sure I'm in your... Yeah, so... I would use... The only option I have for floor is to leave on thumb or somewhere on mouse if you want to keep full movement. I would suggest not having full movement. I'd say the trade-off for full movement is not worth it. I think that having floor and a better bind is more important than your full movement. If you really want full movement, my biggest suggestion would be to get a GMK joystick at that point, honestly. It'll be easier than reworking all your binds. But yeah. I'd say using E or R is your best bet. I built one myself. It was very cheap. I built one myself at home using an Arduino, and it was not for me as well. Same here. It was not for me. I enjoyed it for a little bit. It was very optimal, but I didn't enjoy it enough to stick on it. At the end of the day, playing KBM is like I just love pressing WASD. Like, why would I not want to press WASD? It's like an amazing feeling, bro. I don't know. Like a joystick is just so, I don't know, plain. I don't like it. WASD is like beautiful. Yeah, you agree? Yeah. I would suggest using E or R for your floor if you can. Stick drift isn't E R reload. Okay, what's tab? I would suggest putting reload on your mouse button being pressed in. Your mouse wheel pressed in. Put reload in that and put R on floor. Or even put E on floor if it's better. Tab is map. Caps lock is inventory. Press both of my ring finger. Yeah, just put reload on your mouse scroll wheel being pressed in, and then that's an easy bind. I think you'll get addicted to that pretty quick as well. Watch out for that. I used it for a long time back in the day. I was addicted to that shit. Going back to R was like impossible, but now I use R again. You pick up loot with the wheel button? You don't scroll up for loot? No? Why would you pick up loot with the wheel button? That's weird. I suggest putting pick up loot instead of on the wheel button, because pressing wheel button for pickaxe felt so weird. So you can't pull out your pickaxe because you use right click for that. So I've got pickaxe on Q, which is like good for me because then I can pull it out while I'm doing those builds. Which, if you're gonna use right click, I would suggest it would be worth the transition to using pickaxe on your keyboard. It would be worth it, but it's really up to you. What I would do if I were you, what I would do is I would take, you have G and H, right? And you've got the two binds underneath. But then I couldn't aim. What do you mean? I would suggest taking the two binds, G and H, underneath them, you've got those two binds which you've got on like useless things, right? You can bind those to whatever. Take those and put them on your pickaxe and your use, and you're picking up weapons. And then those two binds can do those, and then you can have mouse wheel in to reload, and you can or you can have one of those to reload. That works as well. And then you can have R to place floor. Don't wanna press pickaxe and edit, both with thumb. I've tried it before, it felt so bad. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense actually. So you do this. You press control for inventory. You could put pickaxe on control or tab if you want, but that's really up to you. Control with your ring finger, right? So that could be an option. Yeah, that makes sense. I'd put floor on E or R. If you really want your weapon to be on E, then leave it there. If you want, you can move it over to R, and so that it's easier to press for your floor, because your builds are always going to be more important than your weapon slots other than your shotgun, right? So reload will be, okay, let me write this down. Let me write this down real quick. Reload. Mass reload. Oh, whoops. I accidentally sent it. It's okay. What was the other bind? Reload or... I forget what it was. I forgot what it was. Fuck. I'm too tired. It's 4 AM. I've thought about getting a mouse with 3 side buttons before so I could put floor on one of them. Looked at everyone, I couldn't find one that looked good to you. Mice with 3 side buttons, I would honestly suggest you stay away and put floor on your keyboard. I would highly suggest you do that. Trust me, 3 side buttons, I have, because you know the G502 and the G402, I had the G402. I tried playing with 3 side buttons, it's not optimal. Just because Mongrel did it, doesn't mean that it's a good idea. Having all 3 building binds on one finger is horrendous, trust me. It's not worth it. I think if you really want to go for it and you're ready to spend some money on a mouse, I think the Rocat brand just got bought out by Turtle Beach and they added a 3rd side button to the new Kone Pro Air. So they really feel that, yeah, it was that bad, bro. It's really Turtle Beach Burst 3 Air. It's really unoptimal, man. If you're looking at optimal, it's really unoptimal. It's not worth it. But if you really want to give it a go,
Turtle Beach sent over their new Burst.
It's the Burst 2 Air. Let me take a look at this. 47 grams. Let me write this down for you. Turtle Beach Burst 2. So that air. I don't know if that's a button or what on it. It looks like a button. I think it's a button. It's not going to be very pressable. It looks like a DPI button, in my opinion. No mice really have that extra button to be pressed. I don't think that's a pressable button actually. It might not be worth the look. Yeah, I don't think it's pressable. Never mind. I thought they had it, but they didn't. Thinking the Model I, but it seems kind of gay. I don't trust Glorious. I think Glorious, their branding, I don't know, Glorious kind of down the drain to me, in my opinion. In everything they do, I feel like everything they do is just subpar. It's not worth buying their gear, in my opinion. My bad. Sorry to Glorious if they want to sponsor me in the future. Like that's, yeah, no. Yeah, when you tried Razor, you stuck to it. The Razor is much better than Glorious in my opinion. I always had a thing against Razor as well, but like Razor does some fucking good stuff these days, so I can't lie. Razor's pretty good. Especially Razor's sensor. I think Razor does have like the best sensors on the market. I'm pretty sure. Like earlier I was talking to you about the OP18K. The OP18K is great for click latency. It does have the best click latency by far, but I think when it comes down to sensors, Razor is like unmatched. When it comes down to sensors, even on the yeah, the binds. Yeah, I'll send them to you. So it was gonna be, so you use WASD. So we're looking at changing your floor, right? So let me write these down on my notepad, my pen and paper, and then it's just a bit easier for me. And then I'll write them down in Discord. So you go WASD taken, QER taken, and then Windows and controller taken. Alt, I don't know if you use Alt, but who cares? Shift is also in use for code. Caps is inventory. Tab is map. I memorized your entire keybinds straight away. R is reload. H is edit. G is floor. To be fair, we've been talking about them for a very long time. V and B, I don't remember what V does, but B resets. Oh no, yeah, one of them flips your builds, and one of them rebuilds your builds. Rebuild and rotate. Then you've got two. And then you got cool. Scroll up as big guys. V is repair, B is rotate. Did I get them right? Oh, I got them backwards. Fuck. It's okay. I don't think it matters. Does your scroll wheel in do anything as of right now? Pressing it in. Pressing your scroll wheel in. Okay, let me. Now we're gonna do. Which bind did you use for your shotgun? Was it Q or E? Wait, I can go back up and see it. You don't have to say it. It's alright. I can just scroll up. Shotgun was Q. Okay. Oh no, E. E was shotgun, Q was AR and SMG. Okay. Yeah. So E is shotgun. So that's why you didn't want to change E. That makes sense. Okay. I would keep E for shotgun, that's a good bind. Um Actually, I've got a better bind for shotgun. I've got an idea. I'm gonna make you some nice binds. So you're gonna have one movement, and then you've got guns. And then what does alt do? Alt does nothing because it's not a key you can press. Okay. What else? EQ. Yeah, it's too far for you to press. Sorry, I've kind of had you sitting in this empty lobby for a while. Okay, so that looks good so far. Next we're gonna have builds. So builds are gonna come in. Do you have a trap button? Like a button for your traps? This map feels so smooth, bro. It does. T? Yeah, makes sense. Okay. I was wondering what you use T for. It seems like a pretty easy button to press as well with your binds. This map feels incredible, bro. I love this map. This is ping C is change material. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't actually put those down. Okay. My headset turned off. Yeah, since I can't use right mouse click to change mouse as I use it to place builds. Yeah. Yo, my headset turned off, yeah. I did die. My headset died. Um, what's it called? Yeah, I use tab to change my mats because I use right click to place builds now. Same as you. If you want, you can. I want you to free build using these binds as well. Um, edit. What else was there? So now we need to find something for G. I had a good idea. Okay, yeah, I remember what it is now. Okay, so we're gonna change the. Can you like that? Oh yeah, you can't. You really? Can you press? Do you press F? What does F do? Can you tell me what F does? F does nothing. Why not? Because you always use that. Oh, when you're pressing D. Okay. You want to use F on your pickaxe? Immediately removes the yeah. Okay. Uh, you want to try using F on your pickaxe? Or is that too uncomfortable? I would actually recommend going with. Actually, I'm going to give you the most optimal binds I think is. Yeah, it is a death sentence. Ish. But I'll show you my binds that I'm going to give you. They're a bit different. Okay, and then you've got new binds. So we're gonna have this is taking ages. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This thing is so long. I'm really trying to get this right. I really want this to be perfect. Um, I haven't rebound some of them though, so you're gonna have to figure that out after you apply the binds. You're gonna figure out rebindings, and then yeah. But you don't have to stress yourself out on this. I know it's a lot of work. I've been working it for years myself. It's alright. I'll figure it out. Nah, bro. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I don't know if you're really gonna like these, but it's what I think is the absolute best. You can decline some of the binds because you probably won't like them, but it's what I would definitely recommend. It's gonna be like medicine. You're gonna hate it at first, but after you take it, you're gonna feel a lot better. If you know what I mean. These binds are gonna be like medicine, bro. Um, so I did all of those, and now you need. There's something else that I was supposed to do, but I don't know what it was. Okay, I'm gonna type in most of them because that's all you really need for now. Um, was it? What was the other one? I don't remember what it was, but it will be fine. Let's see it. Okay, so came up with my own binds and I almost was able to make them perfect for myself. The only thing left I haven't figured out yet is the floor. That's the crazy thing, bro. You gotta like, it's such effort. Alright, that's what I'm gonna send you so far. That's what I've got for you so far. Cooking, bro. Personally, I use V for shotgun, and using the thumb button for shotgun gives me complete movement, which is I think the most important part when you do need full movement is when you have your shotgun out, right? Is when you're pulling your shotgun out, because that's when you're fighting. So being able to pull my shotgun out with the full movement gives me such a huge advantage. Um, so thinking about, that full movement thing like you're talking about, you need to think about situations that you need it in, and using E for shotgun removes your ability to move to the right, which is better than using Q because then you lose your ability to move to the left, which you need for right hand peaks. So, but then using G or H for shotgun just gives you a huge advantage because you can move in either direction. So you can always pull out your shotgun if, like, in any situation, you'll never be hindered. You can always pull out your shotgun. That's why I use V to pull out my shotgun. Don't use wheel up or wheel down for shotgun. No. No. Wheel up and wheel down should be reserved for scroll wheel, for reset, and wheel button. No, definitely not. Definitely not. You want your mouse to be as simple as possible, honestly. You want your keyboard to be as complicated as possible, and your mouse to be as simple as possible. Because when your mouse needs to be reserved for aiming. So if you have a lot of buttons on your mouse and you're using your buttons a lot on your mouse, your aim will be worse. That's another reason why I like the other binds. It put a lot more of my build binds on my keyboard than my mouse. And I only had one build bind on my mouse. And that's why I like the other binds. It meant that I was always able to aim just a little bit like better. Because I wasn't fumbling around with my mouse all the time. It gives you that bit of freedom with your aim, which is good. Your index finger, your right index finger should always be on your left click. AR SMG. Yeah, that's one of the buttons I was like thinking about. Hold up. So now you got that. AR SMG, she's done that. Alright, E. The F is still a free button. If you put something on F, you can interchange them, whichever one you want to put on F, you can put on. But I would suggest using F. It's a pretty good keybind. Only ever use your middle finger for the scroll wheel. Yeah. Oh, I use my index finger for the scroll wheel, eh? Using middle finger for scroll wheel is crazy. I couldn't do that. I can't do that. I'm a ball at AFX. It means I actually get such a huge disadvantage because of that, but like... Oh, sorry. But like... Yeah, it is what it is. I don't think I can learn using scroll wheel with my... the other finger. I don't think it's a possibility for me. That's just... Oh, that's just so weird. Actually, I can. Because I can use the side of my index finger to scroll the mouse. It's essentially the same. I've also been doing it for years, so... Can't believe I do that. I think majority of people do that, honestly. I don't think many people scroll with their ring finger, with their right, the middle finger. It's definitely the minority. Yeah, not many people scroll with their what's it called? And even less use the three thing where they use their index, not their index, their ring finger on their right click, which is crazy. But yeah, I'd still reserve like scroll wheel for like other things. So you've got scroll wheel up is free now. I would suggest you can also use scroll wheel up to pick up weapons. Yeah, I can't. I don't know how people can do that. That's crazy. Screw. That can work as well. That's what I used to pick up. I only use scroll wheel up to pick up and use. I don't really find any reason for any other button. The only disadvantage of using scroll wheel up to pick up and not having another like spare button, you should probably have a spare button, because you can't hold to swap weapons. That's the one thing that you're unable to do. You can't hold to swap weapons. But you can pick up so much shit at once with this. What the fuck? Wait, come here. Wherever you are. And you won't be able to leave vehicles. No, because when you're in a vehicle, your binds change. Look at this, ready? Watch this, watch this. The advantage. Yeah, that's the huge advantage. Is like when you're on spawn, when you're on spawn and someone is like contesting a chest, you just fucking pick it up straight away. You always get the chest. Look at this shit, bro. Making the pile of loot that will drop our FPS. Oh, this beard. I can beat you without Skull even if you use it. I use auto pickup loot from settings. Skull can still be auto pickup loot though. It can, depending, cause like let's say like the chest is over here, right? And you're body blocking me from getting the loot. I can still scroll wheel, and if I had auto pick up weapons, I wouldn't be able to get to that loot. Or like if I'm a little bit further from the chest, I'd still be able to scroll wheel. You have to be right on top of it to be able to pick up with auto pick up. Also, I used to use auto pick up weapons. I can't deal with it anymore. It pissed me off always having to drop random shit when running over it, and I like to keep a very empty inventory these days, so I'd rather not. Yeah. So I would recommend using scroll up for pick up and use. And for exiting vehicles, I still just use E because it's like the default bind. Whenever you enter a vehicle, you just have like, it changes your binds to default and you can just use different binds, so it's fine. So I just use E to exit vehicles. And yeah. I think I use E. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I use E. What else is there? Have you changed the binds? Have you put them on? Reading my message. Okay. Try plugging the mouse back into the receiver again. There's nearly not a huge difference. It's noticeable though. both on the same hand. Bro. That's crazy. That's true though. Just use your thumb from the other hand. Just use your toes. Get a foot pedal. Foot pedal for floor. Yeah, what did you end up changing? Can you just let me know what you ended up changing? Looking at... Cause you got... You could if you want to. You definitely could. I would still suggest... You know, that works. That works. That works just fine. You could also put F on something like reload. And then put R on floor. Or F on shotgun. Actually, you probably won't want to do that, but... Beautiful full movement. I would say the binds I gave you are the best, but they can take you a bit to get used to. If you don't want to get used to binds, then I would say just try to use F. You're gonna lose your movement either way, but you get more movement with your shotgun if you switch your shotgun onto G. I'd suggest switching your shotgun. I'd suggest putting your floor in E. Putting your shotgun on G. Me personally, I use C for my floor and V for my shotgun. One sec. Alright, I'm gonna have to get going now. I can still talk to you on my phone, but I can't stay on the game any longer. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm gonna be getting off. I'll... Alright. Enjoy the map.